Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. You know, a lot of people are aware that I'm not a big fan of Smith&Wesson M&Ps. They just don't do it for me. There's things about them I don't like, which means they're not something I would buy. But today I have to come on here and say they finally broke me down. They finally got to me. They are now putting out a new M&P model that I want. And that is the new Smith&Wesson M&P9 2.0 metal. And I don't mean metal as in like, bleh. I mean metal as in like it has an aluminum frame. This is very much in the line of other guns like the P320 AXG. It's very similar to that, whereas it's a polymer gun that they've taken now and fitted with an alloy frame to make it more like, you know, guns in the Beretta category or the SIG category, you know, like their P226s, etc. So it really opens it up to a different market, and it makes it a much more desirable gun, in my opinion. Now, let's take a look at this gun here, and I'll talk to you about why I like this one, whereas I didn't like other Smith&Wesson M&Ps. I remember when I went to SHOT Show when they first came out with the 2.0 grips, and the Smith rep said to me, "Isn't that an awesome grip?" And I said, "Yes, too bad it's attached to an M&P," because I'm not a fan. But now, this gun, I am very much looking forward to it. Now, as far as features go, it's pretty much like a regular M&P. It's cut for an RMR. Or a red dot. I always use RMR, kind of like how people use Kleenex or Kool-Aid or whatever. But it's cut for an RMR or a red dot. It has similar sights. It's striker fired. It has the serrations, those very unique serrations to the Smith&Wesson M&P line. It has ambidextrous slide stop, just like most M&Ps do. It's very much similar to most M&P guns, but it does differ in some ways, and the biggest way is that it now has an alloy frame. But that's not the only way it differs, but that's the biggest way. That does make it a little heavier. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I guess it's going to be too heavy to carry." Actually, it's only coming in at 30 ounces, which is actually less than the SIG P320 AXG. So, not bad weight-wise. And also, the biggest differences about this gun, other than the fact that it now has an alloy frame, is that it has a different trigger. Now, I hated the old triggers on the M&Ps. I just felt like I was going to break it every time I pulled it. It wasn't really because of how good they were function-wise. It's just I didn't like the structural design of it. It just felt bad. And they weren't great triggers either. I mean, they're along the lines of like a Glock trigger. You know, they're acceptable, but not exceptional, if you know what I mean. So they've changed the trigger on it now. Now it has, I think they called it a flat face. Doesn't look that flat face to me. But they call it their new enhanced trigger. And I really like this design setup so much better. It's more like the Glock with, a little more mechanical edge to it, a little bit more design to it than the Glock triggers, but still works pretty much the same way. So much better on the structural design. I'm not going to feel like I'm about to shatter the trigger in half every time I pull it like I did with the old M&Ps. Also, the trigger is better the way it functions. Supposedly, they've increased the function of the trigger, the operation of the trigger. They've made it better, more refined. And one of the ways they did that is a better sear that allows for quicker resets, quicker follow-up shots. So the new SIG metal, the M&P 2.0, actually it's M&P9 2.0 metal. So it's a really long name there. So it actually has a better sear now than it did before. You'll actually get better follow-up shots, better resets, etc., according to them. Now, we'll have to wait and see if that's true when we get it out and actually test it. But the figures look good. It holds 17 rounds of 9mm. I think it's 17 plus 1, though. If I'm not mistaken, I think the magazines are 17 rounds. So plenty of firepower there. Get you some good 9mm, some Underwood extreme penetrators, or some Fort Scott TUI solid copper rounds in there, and you'll be set to go. But just a great gun on paper. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, I really like the fact that they've gone to an alloy frame now. This puts this more in the line of a gun for the people. I think when you and I, as civilians, buy guns, we like more sturdy guns. I think polymer has a great place in this world as far as lightweight carry guns and guns, handguns for the military, because that's not their primary weapon. It's lighter, etc. So it makes a lot of sense there. But I'm not a big fan of polymer. I know a lot of other people aren't a big fan of polymer either. So these alloy framed versions of some of the best polymer guns, like the P320 before this one, really opens the gun up to a new market. And I will have to say, from my own personal opinions here, it definitely opened it up to me, because I would not have thought of buying an M&P until today, when they announced the new M&P 2.0 metal. So with the features it says it's going to have, and the improvements it says it's going to have, the better trigger, the better sear, the alloy frame, and the alloy frame does have removable polymer inserts, grip inserts. So I'm thinking it won't be long before someone like Lock Grips makes some really cool stuff for it. I'm hoping. That's kind of my way of saying, Lock Grips, please do something nice for this. But we'll have to wait and see in the future. But right now, like I said, looks great on paper. I love the fact that there is now an alloy framed version of the M&P. You don't have to rely on aftermarket for what I considered subpar alloy frames. They just weren't up to what they could be. This one looks really good, has really good statistics on paper. If it pans out in real life, this will be a great gun, and it'll be the first M&P that I actually look forward to buying. All right, everybody, before I go here, I want to remind everyone, if you are still waiting on one of the stickers or the caliber conversion chart from the Fur Friends Animal Rescue Fundraiser, please send me an email, and in the subject line, put missing stickers and then your order number or numbers. And then if you can, down in the body of the email, tell me what you actually ordered, what's on those order numbers. And I will get those sent out to you. If you've already sent me that email that does that, says missing stickers in the subject line, I got yours pushed through today. Now, there were originally about 200 people that did not get their orders pushed through. They pushed through about 100 of them. I pushed through like an extra 20 today. So there's probably only about 80 orders that are unfulfilled now out of like 1,000 orders. So if you, it's probably close to 1,000 orders, I would say. I don't really know the exact numbers. I don't pay attention. I just know how much we raised for them. We raised $11,000 for them. Although we didn't actually raise that much, because I just had to put $800 in to cover all the stickers that got pushed through. And we'll try to do something later to make that deficit back up for pets and vets. But just to let you know, if you've already sent the email, you will be getting yours soon. They've been pushed through already. Give it about a week. If you haven't sent me the email yet that says missing stickers with the order number, send it through now, and I'll get them sent out this week. So go ahead and do that. We'll get the stickers to everybody. That includes the posters, but just lump that in with the stickers. If you had multiple orders, make sure to let me know you had multiple orders. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I want to invite everyone to come to the live chat tonight, if you would like. We'll be discussing probably some pretty serious topics tonight, because there's a lot of stuff going on. But if you want to come, it's at 6 p.m. tonight. It's at 6 p.m. every night except Monday and Wednesday. When it's at 5 p.m., that's Pacific time for everyone out there who wonders. I'm on the West Coast, remember. So come on over, join in on the conversation, and hopefully have a good time. So hopefully I'll see you tonight. But if not, I just want to remember, I want to remind everyone, not remember everyone, I want to remind everyone to remember to always carry and stay safe. Until I see you again.